Show Ohtani versus Vlad Guerrero. Show right now plus 135 odds, Vlad plus 450 odds. Eric, I presume you looked this up. So what was the side that Greg had? And do you agree with his side?
I think he had the side of Vlad for taking a look at, I think his odds were sitting a lot worse there. They've come crashing down to about plus 450. So he's gaining a lot of positive feedback from bettors. The money's starting to flood in on him a little bit. I think I'm at this point in time staying away from both. I love Shohei Ohtani. I think everybody knows how big of a stan I am for that guy. WRC plus is not really a basis for the argument. I think I don't think voters are necessarily factoring that in. What they see is a two-way player who throws a 100-mile-per-hour splitter and does some unbelievable things, or the cutter that he has. It's just one of those once in a generational type talents. But at any point in time, he could get hurt. We've seen him already go through Tommy John. We've seen some other things happen with him. I think there's a wear and tear that can take place on a player that's playing two ways. And so at this point, what those numbers are at, sitting, what did you say, plus 135 here at the moment, I think that's definitely a stay away. I think it would probably have to be Vlad if I'm going towards either one of them. But I'm going to advocate for one guy that I think that we might have to be taking a look at even a little bit further. JD Martinez. So if they're going to start just continuing to hit, JD Martinez is just a straight out hitter. And as the summer starts to be cutting in for some of these East Coast teams, whether that's Aaron Judge or JD Martinez, I kind of think that we're going to see some of their numbers start to take off. It's been warmer out here in California for a guy like Shohei than it has been in some of these other parks for quite a while. Vlad Guerrero plays in a AAA ballpark here at this point in time, and it's going to be hot down there constantly, but it's still going to be a good hitting environment either way. I think there is some ground that JD Martinez and Aaron Judge can make up just by hitting once it starts to get really, really hot with the humidity out on the East Coast.
Yeah, I think the Shohei Ohtani pick is interesting. And I do think there is sort of a public charge that you're taking with this one where, I think Eric was just spelling out there, a lot of people are going to be impressed by, hey, this guy's getting strikeouts, he's getting hits. It's so great and all of that. At the same token, though, he's not quite Mike Trout. And Mike Trout's been in the hunt for the MVP enough times by now. But still, it's a losing team. It's a team that's not any better with Shohei taking kind of that lead dog role. So I feel like if you end up comparing the two, it's like Shohei Ohtani is a lesser version of Mike Trout who pitches better. I don't know that's the MVP sort of narrative that you would want to spin. I do think Vlad is one that's a little bit more, but I would tend to agree. I think JD Martinez at plus 2,000, Aaron Judge at plus 2,000, Xander Bogaerts as well at plus 2,000. These guys are big city names that are also potentially going to be in the hunt to win something major. And I know that's not as important for baseball compared to NBA, where basically you have to have a winning team to win that MVP award, or at least, a top three team. You're not going to get there in an adverse condition quite like you will in MLB sometimes, but do you think winning does help? Being in the major market does help. So to me, taking a stab at one of these guys at plus 2,000, you are paying a steep price tag on Shohei Ohtani, and one that I think by the end of the year, it wouldn't shock me if his odds are substantially lower, just because you have more guys in the mix, and we just have more of a sample size of Ohtani getting hit a little harder too as a pitcher, as not always going to be clearing a ton of strikeouts every single game.